Look at this. Y'all know I work at Costco. I'm gonna put y'all on. I better not see none of y'all talking about these good. And you know you watched it and seen you got it for me. If you go to Costco and see these, get them. I'm not really a chocolate person, but the marshmallows and graham cracker, oh my God. But this is not a review. This is You've Been Inspired podcast. Where we do what we want, how we want. Nah, not like that, but we're breaking all the rules. Earlier today, we were at my daughter's track meet. Unfortunately, we didn't go to the practice because this girl forgot her shoes in our other vehicle and didn't remember until we were a quarter of the way there. So I had to turn back, come to the house, and I was thinking, man, I should have just let you sit there without your shoes. But needless to say, our kids are important, man. Love those babies. I said it earlier on. We can't just be present. We have to be active and present. Earlier on in my life, I didn't see it as that. I was caught up in myself, doing so many different things that brought me joy. And I'm not going to say I neglected my kids, my children, but it just didn't hit the same as it does now. I don't know if it's because they were toddlers and in diapers, and sometimes they feel like a burden, right? Sometimes they feel like, oh, you making me miss out on certain things, but hey, I brought them into this world. And I've always taken care of my children. You know, me and my wife, we did the best we could, and we still doing the best we can do. But as my children are older, my oldest daughter, she'll be 16. My son, my youngest, is 6. And just age groups all in between from teens and preteens. It's just, I wish from the beginning, right, I would have been more in tune intentionally. But now that I'm loving it, man. And it goes by so fast. I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm really speaking from the heart. Us as parents, once we have children, once we bring children into this world, you know, preferably, because I'm a Christian, preferably in wedlock, but whether you're co-parenting, whatever it is, when you bring children into this world, I'm sorry, everything else don't matter. And I'm saying that in a sense, yeah, you got to work, you got to eat, you got to provide, you got to do all these things. Yeah. That's given with the territory, but everything else don't matter because they're only yours for a short moment in life before they go off and flourish to become their own individuals. And you only have so much time to influence them. You only have so much time to really prepare them for the world. Of course, they'll be able to come back and ask you certain things and you could support them. But those moments of you molding them and giving them a foundation to stand upon, it goes by so fast. And just in this season in my life, right? We've moved to a new state. We've started over. And now that I'm working again, I'm finding myself really desiring that time more and more. And the crazy thing is, just a couple months ago, I was not working. I was a stay-at-home dad, and it was amazing, right? But I was like, God, I need a job. I want to provide because the world and the culture says that a man is supposed to provide, man. Shout out my wife. She held it down financially. And now that I'm working, I'm like, my babies. I'm spending more time on the clock. I'm working late hours and I'm not there. And it's just this thing of continuously trying to find balance and not miss out on those opportunities, those moments that we're supposed to cherish and build memories and intentionally being active. I would not trade anything in the world than to be at a certain place that my child desires me to be at because it means something to them. I wouldn't trade anything in the world to stop doing what I'm doing just to pay attention to the, hey, dad, what do you think? Hey, dad, can we? And the thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, is I'm blessed because I do have a lot of children. So I kind of have more opportunities. And this is harder for those that have one child or two in that same age group, right? Because they grow up and it's like you can't get that time back. But either way, you got to get it right the first time. You have to be intentional the first time and really make an impact in their life, on their life by just being present and active. Don't miss out. Me growing up gracefully, and I'm grateful that I had both parents. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a double retiree from the military, and then he worked a job. But my dad worked so much to provide for his family, which I'm grateful for, right? We weren't rich, but we weren't poor. We had a comfortable discomfort. But he worked so much that at times it was like I didn't have a dad. I had a provider, and given my father was older, he had me at 40 years old, and he was always older to me. But yet and still, though he was present, there was times that I wish he was more active. Though he was present, there was more times that I wish he was more involved and more in tune with what I had going. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but what it taught me is to not let those moments that we feel like, hey, let me just chill on the couch. Hey, let me just scroll on my phone. Hey, let me just wait until tomorrow, because your child, your kids, they are needing it now. They're needing it in that moment. And you never know when you're going to get that moment again. And when they're asking for it, when they're hinting towards it, just like Next Friday said, drop everything, come quick. Because it is the most rewarding, most precious thing that any parent could ask for. It's a blessing, and I love it. I'm trying to be, even what I'm saying, I'm trying to be and to be more of what I'm saying here in this video, because it's hard. It's not easy. We are stretched thin in so many different ways, but let us not forget that our children deserve, they are worthy of our time and attention and efforts and skills and stories and abilities and wisdom and everything that we could provide. Like sometimes we have to just stop in the moment and just figure out, how could we pour into them? How could we dig up a life lesson or a moment that we missed out on and say, hey, oh, I could actually implement this in my child's life to where they don't have to be missing in this area or lacking in that area, man. I could just go on and on. I'm so grateful that my daughter is who she is. My first daughter, she's teaching me a lot about parenting, and all of my children, each and every one of my children, my 6 children, from my oldest, my second, my middle, my youngest, They're amazing in every way. I'm grateful. So, not to continue to ramble on, but I do want to tell you, I do want to remind you to be active and present in your children's life because it will compound into something that you could not have asked for. But you know the motto, you know the slogan, you've been inspired. Now do something about it. Like now, not later. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.